It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show live on WBON TV and on radio at WEKY, WKXO, and WIRV. Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse and join us here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair and Nuevo Vallarta. And now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show live tonight at Campus Wearhouse again. One of our favorite spots to come to, Samantha. All kinds of cool sports apparel over here. You got some UK fans, EKU fans. You got a little bit of something for everybody over here at Campus Wearhouse in the Richmond Center.
I think they're ready for football, too, because they've even got some game day vibe, like football jersey-looking shirts over there, so and I'm ready.
Listen, it is football season for us. You know, we're only like 3 weeks away.
Yep.
But it's also golf
still
time.
Golf.
Yeah, golf and volleyball's coming up pretty close, too. We're a few weeks away from it. We got John Morgerson here with us, the head golf coach of the girls at Model. And, Coach, it's a busy time for you. You always stay busy, though, man. You got basketball, and then you go right into golf season.
He's got many hats that he wears.
I didn't bring any of those with me tonight.
He brought T-shirts.
He did bring us some T-shirts, though. And the new colors, and we'll get into that in a few moments, too. But, Coach, just talk about, you know, what it's like going from basketball to golf and how the team is doing so far at the early part of the season.
It's just real relaxed. You know, it's just think of a perfect day on a golf course. There's not much that can go wrong. So it's just, you know, it's going from boys to girls too, which is a lot different. You know, you gotta talk to those girls a little different, give them a little more time to deal with their emotions. But really, it's just about letting them have fun, expose them to the game. We got a lot of new players. We got 4 new golfers this year that pretty much never played. They just take lessons. So we had our first tournament last week, and a couple of them got their feet wet. Shot a 145, 147 that first time, and now they can only get better from there.
That's exactly right. You got to start somewhere, right?
I'm sure by the end of the year they'll take 10.
What year are they?
We got 2 7th graders, an 8th grader, a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior. So
you're young.
Yeah, we got 7 girls.
And who is the one senior?
Leslie Durr. She played last year. She was our number 2. So this year she's our number 1. She'll be our best golfer, and then there's kind of a gap to our 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7.
You know, whenever you've got a young team like that, especially in a game that they're just trying to figure out, what is your goal with them? What are you trying to teach them?
Yeah, I don't overload them with stuff at practice. You know, we get balls on the range and we work on short game. They take lessons to get better, but I just try to look for little stuff that I can help them with. I'm not a great golfer, but I can usually find that something you're doing wrong. I can tell you if you're opening up the club or your feet aren't standing the right way. So we just try to work on the little stuff and trying to control the stuff that they can get better at. 2 putting on the green instead of 5 putting or something like that. Just really working on the little stuff to take strokes off their.
Well, and having the senior, she stepping up to be the leader of the group. She's obviously done this a while, so she can help with some of those younger players, help format their game.
Yeah, she's like my assistant coach. We had our coaches meeting at the first tournament. She just came with me and listened to all the rules so that she could relay it to the girls. You know, we do that in basketball too. You want to empower players, have player leadership, and she wants to be a leader, so I'm going to let her talk to the girls about what they should do on the course, how they should act, what they should be working on in practice. She probably knows it better than I do, and just let her get that experience too.
And you all play at Arlington, and that's a beautiful course over there. So, you know, whenever you go play, what do you try to do at Arlington and teach that to your girls?
Yeah, it is a great course. We're so fortunate to be partnered with EKU and get to play there. We play there usually once a week, 9 holes on Wednesday nights, and then we use the Learning Center, which is also a great facility for the range and the green. But you know, I encourage them, and once we get on the course, I just kind of let them try to figure it out, kind of learn from your mistakes, you know.
Right. You
don't want somebody who's over on top of you the whole time. I'm just helping them find their golf ball, telling them what they should do if they were in a tournament situation, you know, if they went to hazard or learning from that. But, you know, just letting them have fun and socialize. And they play in groups of 2s or 3s, so just talking to each other and understanding pace of play, that sort of thing.
Well, you mentioned the Learning Center. A lot of us, I've never been in there. Explain to the public that's watching what all is in there for the girls to learn.
EK uses that like in their off season. So they have some indoor ranges so they could, you know, open up the doors and hit when it's raining. It's real nice. Or putting green. We just practice outside, but they have 2 or 3 different levels. You know, they rotate it to kind of keep the grass fresh, but, you know, you're just hitting balls, and then they got 2 different greens, one for short game and one for putting. So have everything you need, and it's always available for the girls. We go there a couple times a week, and I provide balls, but they could use the short range and the green anytime they want. So it's a great facility.
Yeah.
You know, when you're at a smaller school like Model, obviously your numbers are not going to be where you want them to be. Does that kind of give you all a disadvantage or an advantage when you go and play in these tournaments?
You know, I think for our younger girls, I mean, that's going to be an advantage. There's Central, they're not playing any 7th graders because they're really good, and they're playing these top players that have experience. So our girls they're just thrown into the fire and see how they do. And, you know, the good thing in golf is that they kind of, you know, pair you with a 5th golfer of another team, so you don't feel like you're 50 strokes worse than the person you're playing with.
Yeah.
It's usually someone about your skill level, maybe a little bit better, but even then it's somebody that maybe you can learn from. And girls are so social on the golf course. You know, if I was out there playing, I probably wouldn't talk very much. But they just talk the whole time, and it doesn't matter if they're shooting 120 or 140. They're usually happy, and they have a good attitude about it, so it's pretty cool to see.
Well, that's what you want. You want happy girls.
Yeah. But I think that'll help their game too and their confidence.
The
You know, whenever you can find somebody, and you know, sometimes girls can tend to be a little bit shyer than some of the guys might be. I'm sure you've seen that coaching both girls and boys. But I think again, when you're out there and you're talking to somebody, you can get a little bit more comfortable with the game that you're playing. And obviously, when golf, you're kind of off to yourself quite a bit, so you have a chance to talk and know things and learn some things as you're going along. You know, you talked about some of your team and some of your players. Have you been impressed with what they've shown you so far, or is it still trying to kind of be a work in progress kind of thing?
Yeah, I think they're great attitudes. You know, I could imagine shooting a 145 and still being positive. Like, I would be maybe throwing a club or something, but, you know, we talk about how the right way to act, but they're just so joyful, and, you know, you can come up and tell a joke to them, and they're smiling even after being out there for 5 hours. Like, they're not riding around in a golf cart. Like, they're
walking.
They're carrying their clubs or pulling their clubs and hitting 140 shots. Like, you know, that's a tough day, and they still manage to have a good attitude about it. That's the thing that you're most proud about. And then they'll see that their development as they go throughout the season, and, you know, learn from their mistakes and how to get better. But just having a good attitude that allows them to keep showing up, and that's what I'm proud of.
Now, you guys have a tournament this week, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Madison Central.
Yeah, we play at Gibson Bay tomorrow in Madison Central's tournament. They have about 90 girls. That'll be a tough course. Just, you know, imagine walking those hills instead of driving on a golf cart. There's a couple of those holes you can cart them, but it's a tough course to play when you're walking out there. It looks like the weather should be good. And then Thursday we go to Winchester Country Club playing in GRC's tournament. I've never been there. One of the girls played there last week and said it's pretty flat, kind of similar to Pickett-Home where we just played. But and then we have our tournament next Monday at Arlington. We have about 115 golfers.
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah, it's big. 27 different schools. All of our girls will get to play. But that's next Monday. We have some big sponsors for that. Edward Jones, Columbia Gas, they're kind of our title sponsors. And then Erdman and Stumbo, Morgan & Morgan, Riley Oil, a couple of just individuals, Selby Wilkins, Tanya Stevens, Combs Parsons and Collins Funeral Home, Simons and Four, and Armed Safety. So just people that are donating to our program to be sponsors. It brings in a lot of money for our program to help support it. We provide our own uniforms, and that one tournament can bring in, you know, $5,000, helps us pay for all our tournaments and travel, anything like that.
I was going to say, yeah, because you got travel expenses, right, when you go to these
Not too much.
tournaments.
The girls just get there themselves. So
okay, so
we
they're
kind
not
of meet
having
up. We don't take a bus or anything like that. That way, some girls want to get there early to work on stuff. Just
right.
we kind of go.
And you don't have to pay a driver.
No, we don't have to do any of that. We just pay entry fees to tournaments and get them some good-looking gear, get these fresh colors, just to make them feel good.
Let's talk about the colors. So that's something that was new this year, and we saw the new basketball court. I shared those pictures on BON today. Thank you for getting those over to me. You know, what do you think has been some of the things you've been hearing about the changeover back to the maroon and the navy colors that used to be a part of the model program?
Yeah, I think they had the navy kind of separate from Central, the darker blue, I think the tradition. But then they wanted to bring in the maroon to kind of tie it into EKU.
Yeah.
You know, we have so much support from them, the facilities, bringing in student teachers. There's such a good connection there with the university. And I think they just wanted to align with that. Thankful for us that we were due for new uniforms in basketball. So we'll have some fresh Navy away uniforms, some nice white home uniforms with maroon on them. And then that court, like you said, I was just there before I came over. And, you know, you walk in, it smells like a fresh court.
Yeah.
It's kind of like putting on a new pair of shoes. Like, it just makes you feel better when you walk into the gym. You know, it just looks really nice. We've got the maroon and the navy. We've got Patriots on one end, Lady Patriots on the other. So, you know, supporting all of our programs.
You know, I think when you talk about model, you guys have had a lot of really good athletes come through there, whether it be with golf or maybe some baseball, basketball, obviously. But for basketball, you guys lost a lot last year. So what was it like during the summer coaching a young team in summer ball?
Yeah, I think we played about 15 summer games. And going into it, I said we could go 0-15 as long as we got better. I'd be happy. I think we won 6, so I was really happy with that. I don't like losing, so no matter what we were playing, I was telling them like, let's compete.
Yeah.
But we had some guys that really got better this summer. Had the ball in their hands more. We didn't run any big set plays. We just ran 4 out, 5 out, trying to move the ball, trying to play the right way, and then get better defensively. So I think our younger guys got better. They kind of got their feet wet, and hopefully they picked up on some things that they can do well and some things they need to work on, because they're going to have the opportunity, and it's going to be up to them to decide what they do with it.
Going back to golf, when you talk about competing in the Central Tournament, now it's not like it is in basketball where you've got the 4 teams within the district. Does Bree even have a girls golf team?
They have a couple individuals that are playing the All-A. We're hosting that at Arlington, too, on August 16th. So that'll just be the local kind of LCA has the best team in the area. They won it last year. But then you also have Frankfurt will bring some girls, Berea, us. Trinity Christian has a girl in it this year. I think that's everyone. Last year that was at Kearney Hills. This year we're hosting Arlington.
But it's not like a normal district like you would see in basketball or even in football. There's different kind of like, I guess, a layout of who you compete against, right?
Yeah, we're in the 8th region for golf. I didn't even know this stuff until last year. I didn't know anything about golf regions and things like that and how it worked. But it doesn't matter too much. Like you can go play in a tournament 3 hours away. It doesn't really matter. We play matches locally with like Madison Southern. We went to Estill County last year, played it down there on their course, hosted them. West Jessamine came over. We played a match with them. It just gives you a chance to go play different places. I like playing local because it's courses that the girls know, or give them a chance to go play it before we play in the tournament. I'd just rather stay here close. If we have these beautiful courses around here, there's no point in going 3 hours away to play. So.
Well, that's exactly right, because we do have a lot of beautiful courses here in Madison County. A lot of people are surprised by that. But, speaking of that, your girls have played Gibson Bay, I'm sure, a lot. And like you said, the one has played Winchester Country Club. I'm sure they feel better. It gives them more confidence, especially some of the younger girls, to play some of these local.
I think you're probably at least 5-6 strokes better the second time you play a course. So if you've been
that's
there,
what I was wondering.
Yeah, if you've been there before and you kind of know how it's laid out, it just helps you so much. Or if you have someone on the team that kind of coach you through some holes, for them that would be me, because their parents can't really coach them on the day of the event. Their coach can come up to them and talk to them about their shot or what they should play or how far away it is, but their parents are just there as cheerleaders, kind of telling them what to keep going.
Yeah, so they're
them
not really allowed to give them coaching advice or anything like that.
Yeah, they're supposed to kind of let them just be out there and figure it out. So
which can be hard for some parents.
Yeah, I know, especially if it's a 13, 14-year-old girl playing, got people watching. She feels like she's got a lot of pressure. I think it's good for the girls to get a lot of maturity from that. But like you said, a lot of good courses around here. We hosted our tournament at Boone's Trace last year. That's another great course that we got to use. I don't know where else we go coming up, but we have that Gibson Bay, Winchester Country Club, our tournament. We go to Kearney Hills again. Last year we were at Kearney Hills, it felt like 3 or 4 times. Just a great course, too.
Not a lot of trees there. That's a links course, so you want it to be cloudy that day.
And you can go right or left there, and it's not a big deal. You're still going to go find your ball at least.
Yeah.
Well, when you have some of these tournaments coming up, if somebody would like to follow along with the team, or if they want to maybe help support Model Golf, is there a place they can go to do that? Twitter, Facebook?
Yeah, I have a Twitter, Model Girls Golf, so you can find us there. Most tournaments use Golf Genius for like live scoring. So if we have live scoring, we'll tweet it out that you can kind of follow along, see how we're doing. When we have our tournament, we'll have the live scoring going on that people can follow, see how everyone's doing, how the Central girls are doing. They have 2 teams in our tournament there. Madison Southern's in that tournament too. So a lot of local players will be playing in that one. But yeah, you just get on Golf Genius and you can see the live scoring as it happens. As a coach, I'm out there riding around checking to see what hole the girls are on and how we're doing. But it's cool to see if a girl's firing a 70 or having a really good round that you can catch up and see too.
Now, your all tournament will begin, you said, next Monday. What time does that start? And can people come out and watch the tournament, or how does that work?
Yeah, we are starting at 8 a.m. So we have a shotgun start with 29 different foursomes. EKU's hosting a family fun day that day at Arlington. So there's going to be a lot going on in Arlington that day. So if you're going to come, I'd come early. If not, I think EKU's running a shuttle from the Crab parking lot to kind of bring families over for their event. They're going to have the course open from 2:30 to 5:30 for people to play. A big pool party going on for EKU employees to kind of bring their families over. So it's going to be a lot going on. So if I were you, I'd come out and you support, grab a free water. We'll have Chick-fil-A for the players. We won't be selling concessions or anything like that because we bring in enough money. We're not. There's no point in selling water bottles for $1, but if you're out there, you need a drink, I got you.
There you go. That's John Morgerson, the head coach of the girls golf team at Model. Coach, thanks for coming over. Thank you for the shirts as well.
Absolutely.
And get us some Model swag. And you guys will be going from golf into boys basketball again pretty soon too, right? So
yeah,
busy time of year for you, getting school started back up and everything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the guys. We got open gym tomorrow and Thursday, just a chance to get them in the gym. We kind of gave them July off, let them have their vacations, let them hang out, but I'll get to see them again tomorrow and get back to work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So, talking about basketball again, tell us, how are you feeling about the season?
Yeah.
Losing, remind everybody how many you lost.
Yeah, we lost 7. So we
That's
have
a lot.
We had a lot of work to do. We have Thomas Luxon coming back. He's pretty much the only guy that contributed last year as a junior. So we'll ask him to really step up this year. And we have another senior, Arena Sinjai, that kind of came in middle of the way year that he's going to play a lot. And we got some juniors. Some of them set out for COVID, so they'll be coming in and kind of thrown into the fire too. So Keisha Bandari and Shalin, Cuddy Poffenberger, the Vickers boys, relying on them. So I'm always excited about basketball season. It's kind of like Coach Cal. You got to reload and figure out how to do it, right?
Reloading.
So
that could be your slogan on your back of your T-shirts.
Yeah.
Reloading.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that yet. We'll have to figure it out.
See, what is exciting though is that with the new colors, you're going to get all new uniforms, like you said, the blue and the maroon. I think that's pretty exciting because I mean, how often do you get new basketball uniforms?
4 years.
Every 4 years.
Every
Okay.
4 years.
I remember that whenever
See?
I played too. That was the best thing to get those new uniforms and be a part of it. 'Cause I feel like it kind of makes them feel special whenever you're the first one to put that jersey on.
Yes.
Yeah, both our boys and girls teams both got new uniforms. So we're in the same rotation together. So no one else has sweated in it or
There you go. Yeah.
forgotten to wash it or gotten stains on it. As a coach, I'll probably be taking all those home with me this year.
Yeah, make sure you take care of
Keep
them.
them fresh.
And so they don't get lost.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't want to lose those. Those are about $150 each, so you want to take care of those for sure.
Yeah, they're expensive.
All right, that's John Morgerson, the head golf girls coach and the head boys basketball coach over at Model. Coach, thanks for hanging out with us, and good luck in the tournament tomorrow and next week as well.
Thanks for having me.
Be right back, folks. We are live at Campus Wearhouse. Plenty more to get to tonight on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
We have large SUVs. We have the best-selling SUV in America. We have great brand new trucks. Come in today because we want to buy your cars, trucks, or SUVs.
Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Wearhouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Wearhouse now carries the new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserich.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
We're back here live on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you. We're talking to John Morgerson about girls golf. You know, it's crazy. You know, school is literally right around the corner, Samantha.
August
18th. Football season is here. We've got volleyball starting up. You know, August 18th, start of school. Madison Southern will have their first volleyball game on August 17th against East Jessamine. Madison Central will play model in volleyball on that same day. So it's that time of year. And, you know, we talked about the Madison Central girls golf team hosting their tournament tomorrow. That'll be over at Gibson Bay. So it's a fun time for folks, I think, to get out and support their local teams. And you can see golf and everything. We're trying to give them more exposure because those girls, I mean, we've got some really good athletes.
Especially some girl golfers.
Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, Cole Brown and some of those guys that got a lot of buzz last year. You know, with Trent DeVries over at Madison Southern, all these really good local athletes. We want to try to give some of the other players that don't get that same buzz. Obviously, you know, Kiara O'Shea was national potential. I think she was a candidate for a national player of the year. So there's a lot of really good athletes spread around here in Madison County. We want to make sure we give them the proper love. Also, EKU football. We've been talking a lot with Walt Wells and you know, Robert Sampson. They had their the A-Sun Media Days last week, and I was there for those, talking to Walt Wells and Dawson Fitzpatrick and to Dakota Allen as well, who's changing positions from quarterback to tight end. Let's play those the stories that we did from the EKU Media Days as part of the A-Sun Conference. Coach Michael Watkins here, WBON TV. You guys got 6 players named to the preseason All-A-Sun. What does that mean for your program heading into the first year of this conference?
Well, I hope it means that some people took notice of what we did last fall when we played, and that some of these guys went out there and put what they do on film, and the coaches that have been studying all spring and summer getting ready for this season had noticed some traits that they admired. And so, again, it's preseason, and I understand why we do them, and I'm very thankful that we do them. And I think it's great attention for these young men to help build their brand and their NIL image. But the postseason ones are what they're probably more looking forward to.
Talk about the absence of those rivalry games that, you know, are going to be lost with you guys leaving the OVC conference and entering the Atlantic Sun.
Build those as we move forward. I mean, obviously we played UCA twice last year, and we split with them. So 2 really good football games. So I think right there you're seeing something build potentially. Jacksonville State will be in there, and then whoever else comes into the conference along with the current members, we might have some natural rivalries going forward there. I think when you're talking about that, you just got to continue to understand that those will probably happen over time, and it's going to be built with a new conference and come with time, you know, and that's just how I feel it'll probably happen. There may be something that occurs in a game or how a game finishes or whatever that maybe puts a little edge to it. And, you know, I was at Western Kentucky back in the day when I got there, the Western Illinois game became a rival because of the playoff game the year before when there was a sledgehammer incident. So no telling, we don't want that, but there's all different kinds of things that create rivalries. And so I think those will be built upon as we continue to play.
Coach, one thing that you told me last week was, you know, how everybody at EKU right now is on the same path. Everybody's on the same page with the momentum and the hype surrounding this transition into the A-Sun. With you guys kind of being first in line to be in this conference and playing the first games, how important is it for you guys to get off to a good start to continue that momentum along?
Well, I think anytime you're going into the season, that's the first thing you want to do is get off to a good start. You got to know who you are, where you are, and where you're going. But it is important because it is, you know, there are people that may not thought that this was a good move that are Colonel fans, and they're still going to be Colonel fans, but they may, you know, everybody's got their opinion, and we know nowadays they can state it in a variety of different ways, and that's fine. I mean, bottom line is we were presented this opportunity. We thought it was best for EKU and for Richmond, and so we took it. And so now our job as coaches and players is to go out and perform. I don't know if there's any added pressure because of it, because the pressure is all self-induced. We have to understand that we have to go out and do what we need to do and consistently be who we are so we can get to where we want to go. It's not about, you know, proving everybody that this is the right move and we're good enough to do this or whatever. To us, you know, we're going to follow our core values, walk right through them, and one of them is consistency and performance, and all we do, and that's what we're going to try to do. So I don't see it as, we got to pound our chest that we did anything like that.
For WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.
Definitely like the big homestand. I know it can get pretty not really stressful, but it could be a lot when you have a lot of away games and just being away for a long time, having to sit on the bus for hours on top of hours. So I definitely like the homestand. I like that we don't have to go anywhere. Teams got to come to us. My family doesn't have to drive X amount of hours to come see me play. They can just come straight down to Richmond and watch me. So I think it's a really good thing.
Like Coach and Dawson just said, playing in front of the home crowd is great. They always bring a ton of energy, which we feed off of. And like Coach said, it's an unbelievable atmosphere when we play at Roy Kidd, and we're looking forward to it, to getting a lot of wins and having people pack the stadium.
I think for us, Michael, I think you go on the road for 2 games, and you kind of develop who you are as a team. I kind of like that aspect a little bit. I miss the home opener being at home, to be quite honest with you, but that's, how it goes. You're not going to have that every year. But I think when you go on the road for 2 and then come home for 4, I think you give your fans good weather. You give them good opportunities to come watch us play, and you watch our team develop. And, if we handle our business, and then they'll continue to want to watch us develop. So, we put some thought into it about how we can handle things. Some people say it's always easier at home. Sometimes it's easier on the road because we can get them away and the distractions aren't there. They're not around. But the way I look at it is, if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, distractions shouldn't be there. I mean, our mindset should be the way it is. We're going to have a routine. We're going to go through our routine, and whether it's at home or away. But so we should want to be at home, like Dawson said, so our families can come watch us play, and we have an opportunity for our students in great weather to come out and watch our play. And that's really what we need. We need our students out. I can remember playing here as a player. I got hit with a whiskey bottle at least 3 times coming in and out of the chute there on the visitor side. And then when I came back with Western, I know I got hit with something, and that's fine. But, I'm not saying they need to do that. That's not what I'm condoning, but I'm just saying the place is an intimidating, sometimes fun place to play. And that's what we need it to be.
We're playing a lot of new teams and some of the same teams. It's going to be great competition. And like Coach Wells said, iron sharpens iron, and we're looking forward to it and looking forward to winning championships.
I think it's been very exciting to, like Dak said, get some new faces to play against in a new conference. And I think it's made it a little bit more exciting for us as players to know that we're going to have the opportunity to do something that we've never done here before. But, we also understand that the work that it takes doesn't change. So, we just keep our head down and we just keep doing what we do so we can get prepared for this new challenge.
Dakota, you got some reps at quarterback last year, and I saw on the website you're listed as a tight end now. So is it a position change for you? If so, what has that been like?
Yeah, it is. Going into the offseason, talked to Coach Wells and Coach Stillman, our quarterback coach, and we thought this was the best move for me and the team in order to help us win games. So it's been going pretty well. Looking forward to it and got a lot of good things in store.
For WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.
We have large SUVs. We have the best-selling SUV in America. We have great brand new trucks. Come in today because we want to buy your cars, trucks, or SUVs.
And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Wearhouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Wearhouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserich.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
We're back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show inside the Campus Wearhouse here over at the Richmond Center. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. Samantha, we're joined today again by Cam Witte. His first time being on the show with us. He's from the Lexington Legends. And, Cam, you do a little bit of everything, so I'm not just going to give you one title, but it's been a fun year with the Legends. You guys just clinched the first half of the division crown in the Atlantic League, and I saw the videos on Twitter and Instagram. Everybody's having fun, celebrating, doing the Gatorade showers and the champagne bottles, and it seemed like everybody was having a good time. And it's a big deal to win this league. You're all's first year in it, winning that first half crown.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and especially when you change leagues, it's kind of tough to try and figure out, okay, how are we going to, as a team, kind of get into this new league, and how are we going to operate? Luckily, we've got obviously some great staff guys. Michael Koltak is our player operations manager, and he has been looking at players and obviously played for the Legends as well last year, and he really knows the inside of stuff. So when he's looking at players, he knows obviously from a player front what we need and what we need for the type of team that we obviously now have. Obviously, it's been very fun, and yeah, clinching first half is always great, especially when you enter a new league, enter some new teams. But we still got 60 more games to go, starting on Wednesday, and we're just as happy to start it that way as we did back all the way on May 28th. So.
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule today, and you never get tired, obviously, and the players don't either, because you guys make the most of the calendar, let me tell you.
Yeah, we've got 120 games between the end of May and October, and then the second week of October is postseason, and we'll be traveling up in the Northeast to Long Island, to probably York or Southern Maryland, just kind of depends on which of those two teams becomes second place in the Northern Division. But yeah, they are traveling every single day. It's kind of nice. We don't play on Mondays at home, so especially right now we're in the middle of a 10-game homestand. They played 3. Today's kind of their rest day, and they're kind of ready to get going for these next 7 that we've got.
In 6 days.
7 and 6 days between Tuesday and Sunday. And then they're actually on the road for about 15 days. I want to say, if my math's right on that, about 15 days, and then we'll see them back here on the 20th. So I don't know how they don't get tired, but I'm sure they do, and I just never see it.
And body hurt. You would think they'd be sore.
Yeah. They are
they gotta love it.
Yeah, they are consummate professionals. I mean, they are always on top of their game. Even a lot of the guys, and Michael, you talked to McGowan yesterday on the call, and they are, even on their off days, doing athletic stuff. They're keeping themselves in safe. A lot of them play golf, surprisingly enough, which in some ways probably helps them with their hitting, but is just a way for them to keep their muscles stretched, and they're in working out all the time, so they're always on top of it.
And it could be a stress reliever, the golf.
Yeah.
Unless they're throwing clubs.
Get away from the game for a little bit, but still, kind of get out and hang out with some of the guys.
You need to tell all of our fans. Some fans may not know what you do
So yeah, that's true. Tom and I now. So Tom Gross, who does the morning show on the Coyote, does a lot of games with me. He and I kind of split time doing the play-by-play for the Legends broadcast. And that was one thing I was going to talk to Cam about. If the folks can't get out to a game, they can still watch every single game online on GoBigL.com. And it's a very cool thing. William Warfield, a guy that we have become really close to at Prep Spin, he's in charge of kind of getting the stream out there and putting it all together. And it's the Legends Broadcast Network, so you guys have all control over everything. And it's fun to see the ins and outs, because if you can't go to the game, they will make you feel like you are at the game, because all the in between inning festivities and the promotions that go on occur on the broadcast. So you get to see and take a part of all that.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to see a stable dual derby, I mean, that's the easiest way to see it, and see a bunch of people on inflatable horses. But yeah, we've got every single home game of ours is always produced. We've got a great staff amongst all of us. Usually, I won't say they're always the greatest home games, because sometimes we've had Long Island, for instance, one of our biggest rivals. They took us to show, and it happens that way. But if you can't make it out to a game, you can always go to GoBigL.com. You can always go find us, and we always have a very well produced show, and make sure that it's always entertaining, no matter if you're there or if you are out in Louisville and just sort of like, I want to see a Legends game. Yeah. You just pop on your phone, go to GoBigL.com, and you can watch the game no matter what.
Well, it's $5 per game, or $10 for the whole month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not a bad deal at all.
You take your whole family.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about to watch the game. You can,
to watch.
Yeah, it's $5 online to watch it, or you can pay for an entire month for $10. So really good job there, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money. Pull it up on the screen. You can grab your popcorn at home and watch it from the state or from the seats at the house, the comfortable seats at your house. But
couch.
If you want to go to a Legends game, you guys have a ton of promotions to bring people in. You got quarter hot dog night. You got Thursday beer night. The dogs in the park. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff that everybody can take fun in or take part in and have some fun. So talk about some of the promotions you guys have coming up.
Yeah, so actually tomorrow, like you were talking about, we have quarter hot dogs. That's always every single Tuesday we have a home game. Quarter hot dogs, real easy to get in there. However, this Tuesday is special. It's Big L's birthday. So we're going to have, I don't want to say what we're going to have just to keep a little mystery, but yeah, we're going to have some surprises. We're going to have a lot more festivities, if you will. But
maybe
yeah,
Big L needs to jump out of a big cake. How cool would that
be?
He may.
It would take a big cake.
I can't confirm nor deny that at all.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Mustache
You'll need to come out to see Big L's birthday.
Big stash.
But yeah, Thursdays are always Thirsty Thursdays. $2 cans and $2 draft. Also, they're Bark in the Park. So if you've got a dog, that's our specified day that you can just bring your dog, and we've got a special section for you, and you get to hang out. Friday is always Friday. I always have to kind of word jumble that, but that's seltzer cans, ciders, that sort of stuff. Saturdays, especially this Saturday, is going to be our massive fireworks that we're going to have.
Big day Saturday.
Yeah, it got rescheduled because on July 1st, that was when we were supposed to have it. Rain had other ideas, so we've rescheduled it to August 7th, which is this Saturday. And then Sundays are always Sunday Fun Day, a lot more kid-oriented. So if you've got families, if you've got kids, that's a lot more fun. And we always like kids on Sundays. They get to come out and run the bases after the game, win, lose, or draw. Granted, we don't draw, but yeah, we've got something every single day of the week. There's something going on promo-wise, and we always try and make it very entertaining and very engaging. So if you've not made it out to a Legends game yet, definitely do it. Tickets are between $10 on the low end, $20 on the high end, and you can just go to LexingtonLegends.com to find your tickets, and we'll figure it all out for you.
Yeah,
well, go ahead.
One thing I wanted to ask is, I mean, again, I'm getting there and I'm being a part of the game. I have questions too, but if somebody wanted to rent out one of the box suites, what is that? The process of doing something like that?
Kentucky Ale Tap Room.
Yeah. So going with suites, as you were talking about those boxes, that normally will go through our Mike Allison, who's our director of fan engagement, or Adam Versailles, who's one of our sales executives. Those two kind of figure that all out. Granted, they're normally kind of reserved for parties or bigger places, but you're basically paying for 22 tickets in that suite, and you get your food catered. You get a suite attendant, so they'll kind of come by and say, "Hey, what you need?" And you obviously which is a good selling point for my fiance, for instance, when I showed her those. They're air conditioned, so you can sit inside of an air conditioned room and watch baseball all day long and not be out in the heat if that's not something you want to do. But yeah, definitely call the box office, say, hey, I want to set up a suite, and they'll get you fixed up right away.
Yeah, and then you've got the Kentucky, I guess, tap room.
Oh
the
yeah,
ale,
the Kentucky Ale tap room.
and the Barney Miller's room.
The tap room just got remodeled, so it's got a fresh new paint. It's a restaurant inside, and then it also has a working bar as well. So another place you can go inside, get some alcohol, get some food, and be able to watch the game and have a little more fun and kind of have a different setting, as opposed to maybe sitting in the stands or sitting in a suite. So there's always different places to sit in the ballpark, but I run around like you were saying, and I have been everywhere, and I'm not big on sales. It's not what my job is. I have yet to find a bad place in the ballpark to be able to watch the game. There is no bad spot. So no matter where you're going to sit, or whether you're going to spend $10 and come and have a box seat, or you're going to spend as much as you want to in a suite and be up there in the air conditioning, you're going to have a great view of the game no matter what.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, the Legends, and they're really good this year, too. But one thing I wanted to ask you about was the affiliation. So, obviously, no longer affiliated with a major league team. So, it's been kind of, the funding that might have been there in the past is no longer there. And you've seen guys like Brandon Phillips, who is a legendary name around these parts for folks that are big Cincinnati Reds fans. And Brandon's a part of the ownership team now. His brother's the manager. Let's talk about that and how big of a deal it is for Brandon to be a part of this team.
It's really big, obviously, having a guy who spent most of his career in the majors. Obviously, we've got guys that are fresh and brand new. We've got a couple of UK players that have come through just right after they graduated from UK. And obviously having somebody who's been in the majors where they obviously want to go is great from a player development standpoint. You get a lot of experience, a lot of advice from guys who've been up there and been there a lot.
You got two EKU guys, too. You got Frederick and Quillens, too, right here in our backyard.
Yeah. So, I mean, whether you're starting out or we've got guys that have come down and got drafted. Courtney Hawkins was with the White Sox. I think it was back in 2012. But finding their way back up there, it's great to have somebody who spent most of their career up there. And also, obviously, from an ownership standpoint, it helps a lot to have somebody who understands that from a business side and understands how all that works. But it's phenomenal to have Brandon on here all the time. He's such a fun guy to be around. All the games, he's always coming off the field in the middle of a half inning. He'll throw balls with kids and just kind of play pitch and catch. There's a funny moment I think it was Saturday, that he was playing pitch and catch with a kid. Kid just couldn't, for whatever reason, just couldn't quite catch it, and he stood out there almost until the batter was ready in the box and ready to go, just trying to get this kid to catch it, and was trying to help him along. And that's just the kind of guy he is. And it's a lot of fun to have those kinds of guys who love the game and love just the process of starting where you are and getting to where you want to be and having that kind of experience to pass along.
Yeah, and I think, when you see Brandon out there, he is always having fun. Whether it's a 5-run lead or a 10-run deficit, he's always having fun and making sure that the crowd has fun, too, because you guys are there to win games, obviously, but to get the fans to come back, they've got to have an entertaining time, and that's what, Microphone Mike does. In between innings, he's out there having games with the crowd and giving away free stuff and just making sure that everybody is having a fun time.
Yeah, Mike has done an awesome job almost every half inning, no matter what. Up until about the 8th inning, he has secured something that's there, whether that be for first part of the game is talking about the crush zone. So, hey, if Courtney Hawkins blasts a home run to the crush zone, then this kid who got the crush bottle, he's going to get a free night in a suite. Or Stable Dual Derby, which is the inflatable horses.
Those are fun.
Those are very fun to watch and to be a part of. But we got the roach race, which we have yet to have anybody catch the roach, and I don't think they ever will.
No,
but
I've seen
again, there's always something. We've got between 20 and 50 kids that go out there and just are racing after that roach, trying to catch them. But yeah, we kind of build around the fan experience and definitely try and keep it as interactive as possible.
Right.
We want people to come, but we want them to be engaged in the game. We want them cheering. We want them yelling. We want them. Sometimes it happens that a call doesn't go our way. They're interactive with that. They're voicing their opinion about it.
Lots of
and,
boos.
And right or wrong, that's what we're aiming for. We want it to be when you come in, you're yelling, hooping, hollering, no matter what's happening, and you're there for the Legends, and you're there to show them that, hey, Lexington's behind you no matter what.
And you got Andy Shea and Jesse. Those two guys are, obviously the two key parts to making sure that this thing goes. What have you seen whenever it was announced that there was no longer going to be affiliated with a major league team? Was there any talks of them not having a season this year, or was that just trying to find a way to make sure we do?
No, so there was never talk about we're not going to have a season. They started working day one when MLB came and said, hey, major league ballparks trying to you guys go figure out which teams you want to keep affiliated and which ones you want to disaffiliate from and whatever. And they started, once that happened, they started looking, they started figuring out, okay, what's our next step? And where do we go from here? When we lost our affiliation, there's good things and bad things about both of them. Obviously, like you were talking about earlier, we now don't have that kind of money funnel, if you will, that comes in. But on the plus side, on the players' side, as you've seen, we've got players that are going up to AA, AAA for any team in Major League Baseball. Yeah. So they kind of have a lot more freedom to go out instead of being just in the Royals system. They now can get signed with the Cubs. They can get signed with the Mets. They can get signed with whoever is looking at them.
And I think the Cubs need it right now. It's
the whole team. I need to go up there and play.
And I mean, I'm a diehard Cardinals fan. Grew up watching them. Jim Edmonds is my favorite player, but man, I feel for the Cubs right now. They are going through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, from a player standpoint, it's a lot nicer for them. They kind of have a lot more opportunities to kind of figure out what their next step is to move up the ladder and ultimately achieve their major league dreams.
Their dream.
Yeah, that's the goal, to get back to the major leagues.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go back to the fan experience because that's the part that I love. But I also love that you guys are bringing in these little league teams and tell us about that because I think it's fantastic.
We are around for baseball. We are around for the love of the game.
Right.
Obviously, that goes back to the affiliation thing. Just because we lost our affiliation didn't mean anything. We are there for baseball, and we are there to show people the greater game of baseball and make sure that the game of baseball continues. So we like to invite little leaguers in and little league teams from around the I want to say greater Lexington area because we've had a few from Richmond, we've had a few from Winchester. They come in all the time, and we like to make them part of the game. So we've have them go walk out with the players. We have them really get immersed into all of that, and kind of give them a nice little time to say, hey, you're playing at this level. These guys played at your level too, and they were your age, and look where they are now, getting to play baseball for their job and get to be paid for it, and that's all they have to worry about. And so we're very big on growing and really just keeping baseball as it is, and really showing that, hey, this is a greater game than us. Win or lose, sometimes those days aren't great, but those guys will stay out and they'll talk to these little leaguers that come by. They'll talk to kids all day long, sign stuff for them. And they'll ask them, hey, what are you playing, and what position do you play? And they'll tell stories about them, and then the kids will tell them stories. Oh yeah, this one time I tried to catch a fly ball and it hit my head, and they're like, I did the same thing multiple times. And the guys are very good about, they kind of get the bigger picture of even on a bad day, the kids are there to see them, and they're just so excited to see them, and they remind themselves of where they came from, and the greater game of baseball is really what they love to do. A lot of guys, when you're down in independent or single A, when you're not in the majors, it humbles you a little bit, but it reminds you that you get to play baseball for a living, and a lot of guys really love that they get to still do that after years in a club, or they're just starting out and they're just getting to get paid and move up that ladder.
Well, Cam, before we let you go, tell the folks where they can go to get tickets.
Right.
And, again, we'll tell them about GoBigYo.com where they can watch the games as well.
Yeah, so if you want tickets, like I said, they're between $10 and $20. Just kind of depends on where you want to sit. You can go to LexingtonLegends.com. That'll take you to our website. There's a tickets tab at the top. Just go there. You can always come to the box office. We're trying to kind of not do paper tickets as much, just due to a lot of working parts of what we're currently in. But no matter what, if you want a ticket, there's a way to get it. Either go to the box office at the ballpark any day, 8 to 5 on non-game days, and then on game days we'll obviously be open, ready to go around. I want to say 10. It just kind of depends on what we have going on, but there's usually somebody in the box office around 10. And then if you can't make it, obviously go to GoBigL.com, and we've got a fantastic professionally produced game going on, so you won't miss a thing. No matter if you want to come to the ballpark or if you want to watch a stream. I prefer if you come to the ballpark because I love getting to hear all the sounds, and I love people cheering. And obviously my job, like you were talking about earlier, my official title is AV manager. A lot of that just has to do with content creation and marketing. So when I get to see a lot of people out and see them hooping and hollering, I love to get pictures of them. I love to get video of them and show people, hey, just because Lexington baseball kind of had a rough year last year, as did everybody.
Yeah.
We're back 110% this year. You should definitely be out here for these big games and get to see the guys you're going to see in the majors in probably less than a year, if not a couple years. These guys are fantastic. Obviously, we've got some signed already they're working their way up and are in AAA, and we might see him this season. They might get called up. Who knows? Dustin Beggs might get called up.
Yeah,
I'll be really happy when he does.
Yeah.
He's a very wholesome guy and was extremely excited about that opportunity, as were everybody. But you're going to see the future of MLB just here in Lexington. So definitely come on out. If you can't come out, I understand. And you got GoBigL.com. But if you got the chance to come out, definitely come out.
At least I think everybody should. If one time this summer, before the summer's over with, or even with school starting back, if you're looking for something for the family to do, the Legends games are a great place to do so. And you've also got the different promotions they talked about. So it's a fun night for everybody. And listen, if you can't stay for the entire game, you come out and you have to leave at the 7th inning if it's a school night. There's still a lot of stuff that goes on through those first 7 innings where everybody can have some fun and enjoy themselves.
Definitely come Saturday.
Yeah,
definitely
the fireworks show.
Fireworks
we always have great fireworks, and this is like fireworks times 5 for us. So it's going to be a rowdy
Who's shooting?
show.
Are you shooting them off, or you guys hired somebody?
I like to say I like to shoot them off, but I hand the lighter off to somebody who hands it off to somebody else.
Who's a professional firework.
No. I don't light them off, but man, our guys that are back there lighting them off, they are amazingly good at their job. Those fireworks every night, as you've seen, are just insane. They are extremely fun to watch, and it's always big booms, and they really have an impact on everyone that comes, win or lose. We've had a couple fireworks nights where we lost, and it was still one of the greatest nights ever because everybody was so excited about those fireworks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's Cam Witte from the Lexington Legends. You can follow the Legends on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you are going to a game, make sure to tag the Legends when you go out there, and you can see your pictures on their social media sites as well. Cam, thanks for coming over with us, folks.
Thank you.
If you can't make it out to any of the games this week, you could hear myself or Tom on the call on GoBigL.com. Our last commercial break is coming up. We'll be right back at Campus Wearhouse on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
We have large SUVs. We have the best-selling SUV in America. We have great brand new trucks. Come in today because we want to buy your cars, trucks, or SUVs.
And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Wearhouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Wearhouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Wearhouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserich.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best margaritas and fajitas in town. Doesn't a huge 32-ounce ice-cold beer sound great? Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills. When you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha, it's always fun coming out here to Campus Wearhouse. We talked about some of the apparel they've got. They've got the SEC stuff lined up behind us. The UK stuff was on display as well.
And then right across from us is all the EKU stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then they've got the Saturday for the boys. I love that.
That's a big deal. And you bought your nephew a shirt from here,
bought
right?
him a couple shirts in here for that.
So we do appreciate everybody letting us come out and hang out here. It's good for us, good exposure for the show. You know, we are the only live and local. You know, I understand some people have to record because, you know, but we do our show live, and we appreciate the folks that tune us in every single Monday night on the Jack Burford.
I can't imagine not doing it live. Although next week we have to record. You're going on vacation.
We are going on.
We're letting you take a day off.
And we had, you know, and the thing about our show is we didn't quit it. We've been going right through this pandemic, just charging along. We had, obviously, to record some of it because of the pandemic stuff.
A lot of it on Zoom.
A lot of it on Zoom. We became very good Zoom professionals during that pandemic.
We have.
But it has been so much fun getting back out and having, we've been jam-packed.
Having live guests. Yeah. I mean, I think I said it 3 weeks in a row. I was like, thank you for being here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're so excited to have live guests.
And we know the numbers are going back up. And, you know, I don't, listen, whatever your opinion is on the vaccine, you know, if you're anti-vax or if you've already got the vaccine, if you're thinking about getting it, all I care about is safety and making sure we get back out there and getting these high school kids back to normal crowds because they need people out there supporting them.
Back to athletics, as we talk about here every week.
And listen, if you like staying at home and watching us, you can take us to the game with you. If you go to a game and watch the game, you can have us on the call in your ear, or when you get back home, you can watch the game. So there's a lot of different things to do with our broadcast. You know, I
and be interactive because you're literally on the call and watching the social media, so people can ask you questions or say, "Hey, what about this?" And you'll get the answer for them.
I do want to tell you about the Madison County Golf Championship that took place over the weekend. It was played at different courses in Madison County. Obviously, we had the Arlington on day one, then at Gibson Bay yesterday. In the senior championship flight, Philip Dawes from Estill County scored the win. And on senior flight, Jack Dice tied for first with Tim Worrell in the other one. And then Scott Williams, Aaron Anderson were also there as well. And Cameron Travis, a golfer at Madison Central, won the championship flight. Joe Bitton, former Estill County golfer, guy's been on the show a ton of times.
Yes, for basketball and golf.
He finished second. Kelby Robinson, a great friend of mine, a guy who's also been on the sports show. He finished tied for fifth with Jay Simmons, who's the AD over at Madison Southern. So a lot of cool names there and some guys that we know. You know, Jared Kaiser's a good friend of mine, a guy that I know pretty well. He's from Estill County. He finished in the tournament as well. Jared finished tied for 10th. So a lot of names in there, some guys that we know. But congratulations to Cameron Travis and Joe Benton, first and second in the Madison County Golf Championship. And Blake Maupin finished tied for third with Jordan Cash in that tournament.
So you weren't invited to attend that?
I was not, and thankfully, because I'm not a very good golfer.
It wasn't an invitational.
We do want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors, though. Obviously, Jack Burford Chevrolet. Get online at jackburford.com. And Samantha, next week we'll begin the return of the law office of Patrick O'Neill Twitter and Facebook poll. We'll have that up for folks to take part in that next week. And we appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out with us every single Monday night. We are here for you folks. If you've got a sports topic or a team or an event that you want us to cover, let Samantha or myself know, and we'll try to be out there for it. Next Monday will be our season preview for high school football. We're about 17 days away from high school football.
We're counting down the days.
It's right around the corner. So next week's show will be our high school season preview for that on the show next Monday. For our producer, Gage Hill, and the great staff here at Campus Wearhouse, she is Samantha Burford. I'm Michael Watkins. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the live show. Next week's recorded for the season previews on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.